Hello my crazy bit of Verticonians, Vertico here once again for another episode of Clash Royale deck building. Today's deck I have tried just once, just a moment ago, and I won! I know, it's crazy, right? I won something, even though, as you can see, my stats are significantly dropped from earlier, but you may have seen the most recent video which would explain why, which is basically I lost twice in a row, 3 times in a row. First time was not my fault because it got disconnected. Second time wasn't my fault because the dogs went crazy. Third time was... yeah, it was my fault. So we'll go ahead and get this started. This deck is the tank deck. I will give you... oh, no it's not. Yes it is. I'll give you guys a better look at it shortly. The whole basis behind it is it's designed for tanks and against tanks. You have the Tesla, which I did not place dead center. You've got the Prince, which of course counts as a tank, as a fast-moving, heavy... well, it's exactly the opposite of a tank's fast-moving, but it can take a few blows and it can deal some serious damage. It's more of a glass cannon, really, but it's a significantly useful one. So I'm going to stick a Pekka out there with him. He's also got a Tesla, so of course, fortunately, my knight's going to go straight for his Tesla. He's probably going to get taken out quite quickly, but the Pekka should hopefully do some damage before dying. No, he doesn't, because he had a musketeer that I wasn't paying attention to. So it's not significantly going to do well for me here straight away, but what we're going to do is going to stick down some goblins and a giant, wait for our arrows to replenish, because I have a feeling he's going to have a skeleton army or some minions, which he does. We'll stick some arrows out there. There we go. We get hopefully the goblin deals with them. He does. He causes more of a distraction than anything else, really. The giant's doing some damage. Nothing overtly major. Fortunately, as opposed to having a skeleton giant, he doesn't get distracted by these goblins. Goes straight out and sort of deals with the building itself, so it's quite a useful one to have. Stick mini Pekka down just as a distraction. This is where it's going to be really interesting. My only really anti-air that I have is my wizard who I'm going to have to deploy, who I was hoping to save for later on. Fortunately, not fortunately, I didn't really need him because the air balloon itself got dealt with by the fact it went between a Tesla, 2 different towers, so it got damage dealt to it in its own time. Those all my troops wiped out very quickly, including the wizard, so it's not too good there. We're going to wait for a bit, let him really sort of myself build up my elixir, and also deal with the fact that his Tesla is slowly but surely losing health. I have got a skeleton giant, as you can see. I have got both the giants. I should overly mention that. Reason being is I want to stick my giant in front and my skeleton behind. No, right, vice versa. Skeleton in front, giant behind. I'm going to stick some arrows out quickly, just because when the skeleton giant dies, he's going to do some serious damage. Problem with that, though, was he swarmed, so unfortunately I didn't do enough damage with both of them. We are going to need to do something pretty swiftly, because we're about to lose this tower. We did lose this tower. Damn it. Right, we've got 30 seconds. What we're going to do is go for a really big push. We're going to go for a Prince, a Pekka, and some Goblins. This essentially allows me to push quite heavily. The only problem with it being is he's going to stick a Tesla down, which he does. He then fireballs, causing some damage to my Prince, but the Pekka is the one remaining. That's why I kind of want to go for 2 tanks or 2 heavy hitters, and leave it down to the fact that we then could really dispose of him with the last heavy hitter, as the first heavy hitter's taking out the first building. The fodder has then taken out his fodder, and then we've taken out the building itself. So we're going to stick a Prince down from the right, because we're going to lose our Skelly here. Oh, in fact, it's good because the towers come out of nowhere again. That Tesla starting to really bug me. We'll stick a Pekka down just to sort of give our wizard some backup. He sticks down his barbarians. I'm going to stick a Tesla cannon down right. It's how to Tesla cannon. That would be awesome. Tesla tower straight down the middle. Just going to get a giant skeleton here. Stick some arrows over here. And bish bash boss. We're doing some serious damage. Going to stick a wizard down because he's going to take that tower down if we don't... oh, thank God he did not. Okay, right. So that wizard's gone the opposite direction of where I wanted him to go. Not very useful at all. Okay, right. He's got some goblins. Goblins, one of them has been distracted. The other one got killed straight away. And the third and final one didn't do much at all. All right. I want to be able to get a goblin and a giant skeleton down, as well as a Prince. So we'll stick the Prince right here. Then we'll stick the giant skeleton down here. And it is a draw. I didn't realise we were in overtime. I'm okay with that. So straight away, I'm just going to show the deck now itself. Kind of should have gone into it straight away. For those that paused it, could have. Otherwise, you can check out the description. But I've got the Goblins. These guys are more of the distraction. You always need at least one distraction in your deck, and those that can just sort of peck at your enemies just a little bit. You've got the Pekka being the cheapest tank, if you will, not super heavy on the health, once again more like a glass cannon, quite a slow moving glass cannon, but he really does pack a hell of a punch. Really useful when you've got a Prince in your domain. Stick a Pekka down, he'll deal with him in his own time. Then got the Prince. Prince is pretty much self-explanatory. One of the best epics that are out there. Really do like using the Prince myself. Admittedly, all these cards are great. I should be using them better, but I am learning to deal with it, as you may know in my other series, learning it from, pro to noob, noob to pro, not pro to noob. Pro to noob, so it pretty much summarises my social life. Then you have the Tesla Coil. Tesla Coil is more of a distraction. It's there to go in the dead centre, so when you've got a Prince or a Hog going straight for your base, stick it down, they'll suddenly divert, giving you that extra 5-10 seconds to do some additional damage to it from your other towers, the Tesla itself, and any troops you've got there to back them up. Giant Skeleton himself isn't overly useful. He's pretty good when you stick him behind a few troops. Once those troops clean up any other troops, or alternatively when you're facing against air troops, because they're going to target him, they're going to peck at his damage. Hopefully, I keep winking. Hopefully, by the time he gets to that, the opposition's tower, there are none left. He's low on health. He'll do a few hits, at least 1 or 2, but hopefully he reaches the tower, because if he does, once he drops his bomb, that does a cool 600 to 700. In fact, how much does it do? The death damage, 792 at level 2. That's incredible damage. I can imagine him getting to about 1,000 before, of course, he goes down. So if he gets 2 hits in and goes down, bing, bang, bong, that's 1,000 damage. That's half of most towers. A third if you're really high level, but still incredible. Giant, pretty basic card. Really just great to just stick out there, stick troops behind, stick troops in front of, got a little convoy going. The ones at the front clean up any sort of fodder, which I'd recommend if you're a wizard, dragon, anything like that can clean up fodder pretty quickly, or even a Valkyrie. Then behind you want something with range, such as a dragon again, or you've got your spearman, or anything like that really can sort of work together, create some sort of cohesive team. Yeah, sound like management at a workplace or something. Cohesive team. Great word to use, by the way, cohesion. Just realised I just... You almost knocked over my drink, that was close. Right, so, you wish me good luck, I wish good luck as well, be nice. Right, I'm not overly confident, and there we go, and now I know what he is doing. He is a Tesla player. You guys already know my opinions on them, that is why I am now one of them myself. So we're going to stick a giant skeleton down to the left and a giant to the right. I have just gone full out, once again, one of the few rules I want to avoid myself breaking, but the reason I did that is a really stupid reason. I wanted to see what he was going to come out with. I wanted to see if he had fodder. I should really have just put one down in hindsight. I am an idiot. But I wanted to see what sort of fodder I'm dealing with. And it turns out he has got a skeleton army, which is not good news for me. He has got a formidable force. He's got a tombstone, skeleton army, witch, dragon, pretty much everything I didn't want him to have, he has got. I'm now just buying myself time to sort of really evaluate how much I screwed up, which is considerably this early on. This isn't to discourage you guys from using these decks. Most of these decks are deck ideas, probably in better hands than mine, will be extremely useful. I'm still really learning the ropes of this game. I love strategy games, I'm usually quite good at them. This one, the pace that it's at, I'm not quite used to. I have to get used to. I'll be brutally honest, I'm going to admit I'm not the best of players at the moment. Maybe one day. Right, okay, so we're going to stick a giant skeleton down. I'm going to stick him back here. I'm going to stick down our Tesla. And hopefully, by the time our giant skelly gets over there, I'll be able to get a wizard down. No. Okay, giant skeleton's dead. Giant skeleton's dead. He's going to stick down his army. Alright, we got a wizard. And he's got a giant skeleton to the left. Oh, God, it's all over. Doesn't matter what happens now, basically. His giant skeleton, he's doing exactly what I need to be doing, basically. He's playing smart. He's basically taken down my left tower now, and he's got my right tower on low health. All I need to really do is just stick some arrows down here, and hopefully there we go. We'll get rid of that guy right there. He rockets me anyway, like the unfair person he is. We've lost this game. I have royally screwed myself up by not following the rules that I should be adhering to, and not really showing off this great deck as it is. I've seen so many people use this deck. I know for a fact, after previous wins, I have won before with this deck, that it's incredibly useful, and I really do recommend using it, guys. If you're a better player than me, which is 95% of the people that play this game, you'll be able to really utilise this really effectively. Stick a Pekka down. Oh no, he's stuck. Had he not done that, I'd have been able to get my guy right to the end, and we really would have dealt with that. But unfortunately, he was evil person, and stuck his giant skeleton down, which really sort of cacked that over for me. We can't do anything at this point. I'm just going to say GG. and call it a game there. I'm going to give it another go, give myself a quick break, and give it another go, but with a little bit more thought into the game, because let's face it, that had no thought process from me whatsoever. Right. Ugh. Right, I'm back. Lost the last battle. What, did I win the first? I can't remember. So, I want to be able to do this game some justice. I'm not going to put Tesla down because I don't really know what he's doing. It'd be a waste of the Tesla otherwise. Tesla's more of a distraction, essentially. Right, we're going to wait, because they're going to get taken out really easily. Right, okay, so now I've just realised what he's got. Really think this deck itself might benefit a bit more from lightning as opposed to the arrows. The arrows going to be useful in this scenario, though. Well, if I'd actually hit them, but yeah. Dealing with the fodder. Lightning, however, really helps when you're dealing with people that are building spammers, like this guy clearly is. He's got one building, so I can't really call him a building spammer. But building spammers can be dealt with so quickly with lightning. It just zaps each individual one and does some damage to the main base as well. So it's kind of a win-win situation. With stick, I'm going to go for the left. I'm going to let my Tesla cannon deal with him on the right. Stick a prince down, stick a skeleton down. I'm pretty sure he's got a skeleton army. I don't know why I'm just under that impression. No, but he is getting my men really, really distracted, which is not a good thing. We need to get that skeleton up there ASAP. He is up there. He's going to do some significant damage when he goes down now, which he's just done. The prince is going to finish off the building. In fact, the bomb wasn't needed. So what we're going to do is we've pushed left. All I need to do is just really wait for it. There we go. He's now out of goblins on the left building. The right one's still coming out, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick down a Tesla up here. I'm then going to push to the right. The problem being now, I can either sort of try and play defenses, which I'm going to do, just to sort of prevent his goblins from getting across. The reason being, he's going to have so many of them by the end of the game. We need to really be able to push up there. But my giant skeleton itself is more of just going to attack the goblins, because the goblins are over here, and he's gone backwards. Why would you do that? Stop being a scrub. Oh, dear me. Right, so we did some damage to that building. In fact, we did quite a significant amount. Right, so we're going to give it a second or two. Put a wizard up here. The wizard should really deal with the sort of the fodder like he did there. He should take out a few of them, which he does before he goes down. Really was a waste of a 5 elixir, though, because I put him straight in front of the king. I've put a bit more thought process in this game, as you guys may be able to see, but I've not exactly done a massive amount by the looks of it. Right, okay, well, that was actually a really good move on my behalf, I'd like to think. We took out quite a few troops there. I really need to get some fodder down, because he's getting some serious armitage right out there. Stick our giant skeleton down. Only reason being, when this giant skeleton goes down, he's going to cause a hell of an explosion, and that's going to be more than sufficient to sort of stem the flow of these bad guys. Boom. Right, okay, brilliant. Okay, so now I've got an arrows. We're going to stick some arrows down here, take out the majority of them. He's got a bomber left with a tiny little bit of health. Stick our knight out there. We'll stick a Tesla up here, sort of a distraction for anyone that wanders close enough. Stick some goblins up, and we have won this game. As I said before, guys, with a bit more thought process, this deck can be useful. Maybe swapping out the lightning for the arrows will be really good against building spammers, but for the fodder themselves, the arrows are crucial. Just so you can have a look, the prince himself can be opted out for a dark prince, maybe even a hog rider. Wouldn't really recommend the hog rider in this deck, though. The hog rider needs some substantial backup from fodder. There is no fodder in this apart from the distraction goblins. So guys, if you've enjoyed today's video, you've enjoyed my deck, please drop a like down below. If you want any sort of suggestions what I should do to change this deck, or how you would have interpreted this deck, or a better deck suggestion, or if you think I'm awful, comment down below telling me that. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you do like and subscribe, and if you didn't enjoy it, feel free to dislike, but do tell me why. Thank you so much for watching, have a nice day, and ta-ra!